Level 1, the conscript. You are not a hero. You are not even a volunteer. You are a conscript, taken from your village by lottery or by force. An 18 to 20-year-old farmer drafted by imperial decree in 1805, 1809, or 1813. Your day starts before sunrise, with the sound of the drum roll. You march 30 to 50 kilometers carrying a 25 to 35 kilogram pack. Your feet bleed inside soaked boots. The smell of gunpowder, sweat, and wet leather never leaves your hands. You eat hard bread, thin soup and salted meat if you're lucky. You sleep on the ground or in a barn wrapped in a soaked coat. If you fall behind on the march, you get whipped or left behind on the road. If you try to desert, you are shot in front of the company. You don't have a name, just a number on a list. Your only hope is to survive the first few months and get noticed. Most die from disease, cold, or a bullet. No glory, no pay, nothing. Level 2, the corporal. You made it. You were noticed. Bravery and a desperate charge got you promoted. Now you are a corporal leading a squad of 8 to 12 men. You command a basic unit like a brotherhood formed in the mud. You assign daily tasks, sentry duty, musket cleaning, ration control. You punish disloyalty harshly because one man's failure can kill everyone. You carry a sharper bayonet, a less torn uniform with corporal stripes. You train your squad every day, formations until feet bleed, forced marches until someone collapses. You have a title in the company, but you are not an officer. You are replaceable. If the platoon loses a fight, they blame you for poor leadership. If you survive, you might be promoted to sergeant, but most die before that, in some forgotten charge in Spain or Germany. No fame, no guaranteed promotion. Level 3, the sergeant. You were promoted to sergeant. You swore absolute loyalty to the emperor. Discipline, speed, victory without mercy. You own nothing except what the army gives you. You receive an officer's sword, paid for with rewards from won battles. You fight on the front lines. Against Austrians, Russians, Prussians, you attack without hesitation. Because it is Napoleon's will, you cannot desert, you cannot betray, you cannot fail. If you break discipline, you are publicly demoted, and your unit pays the price. But as long as you win, you earn honor and rewards. A lot of money from looting. You begin to see that the empire is bigger than Europe, and that changes everything. Level 4, the lieutenant. You are no longer just a sergeant, you are a lieutenant. You command an entire company, 4 platoons, 120 men, a fighting unit. You train recruits to exhaustion, endless marches, formations under fire. You collect loot from battlefields and distribute it with strict fairness. You settle disputes between sergeants and soldiers. You negotiate with higher officers for more ammunition, more rations. You have real power, but also real envy. Other lieutenants want your company. If you fail in an important battle, like Leipzig, the army replaces you without mercy. If you take too much loot, you're accused of theft. You start sleeping with one eye open. You know promotion has a price. Level 5, the captain. You became a captain and now command a full company. Operational territories, hundreds of men under your control. You answer directly to a colonel or brigadier general. You lead attacks in the emperor's name. You have wealth, looted gold, relics from conquered cities. You live like a respected officer, better meals, your own tent, but no family, no lasting peace. Everything belongs to the army. You understand it's possible to rise even higher, and that attracts powerful enemies. Rival officers want your position. The colonel wants results. You start asking yourself, who really controls the army? You begin hiding part of the loot. You begin to doubt. Level 6, The colonel, you made it. Now you are one of the most powerful men in the army. You command an entire regiment, 2,000 or more men, from Spain to Russia, from Italy to Prussia. You have private battalions, fortified camps, informant networks inside the army itself. You decide attacks and retreats in the emperor's name. You sit at the table with generals and marshals. You know the Grande Armée is bigger than legend, but you see the walls closing in. Marshals envy your rise. Ambitious officers plot against you. You see betrayal in every order. You start planning secret alliances. You start making plans to climb even higher. Level 7, Marshal of the Empire. Congratulations, you made it. You reached the absolute top. You are a Marshal of the Empire, one of the 26 chosen by Napoleon. You answer only to Napoleon. You hold almost divine power inside the army. You have more wealth than many nobles. You command more men than entire kingdoms. You give orders that armies obey. But your peace is gone forever. Other marshals envy your prestige. Napoleon himself distrusts anyone who shines too brightly. You live with a target on your back, day and night. Your own generals may betray you out of ambition. A rival can destroy your reputation. You helped conquer Europe. Now you try to hold it together while it collapses. There is no retirement, no honorable exit. You command until defeat or the fall of the empire finds you, or until the martial star becomes too heavy for your body to carry. This is the life you chose.